is my travel pouch. It's a fabric zippered pouch, and I'm going to show you how to make one today. We're going to make this one. My mom's having surgery this week, so please say a prayer for her. And I thought it'd be nice to give her something that she can put her toiletries or anything that she doesn't want everybody to see, and take that because she'll be at the hospital for a few days. And it's a zippered pouch. It has a little loop or handle. You can use that as a pull. This is fully lined. I used quilting cotton, a little interfacing, and a zipper. And that's it. It's so easy to make. And I think she'll like it. And I want to show you how I did it. This can be any size, but I'm going to show you the size I'm making today. I'm starting with 2 pieces of outer fabric, 9 by 11. So this is the 9 going vertically, and the length is going to be 11 inches. I have a zipper. I have my lining is 2 more pieces of quilting cotton in a contrasting fabric, and that is the same size, 9 by 11. This is actually a size 14-inch zipper. I'm going to trim it to size, so I'm not too worried about that. I have 2 pieces of interfacing of the same size again, 9 by 11. And then I have 2 scraps. They're each about 3 by 4 and 3 by 5. That's just some scrap fabric. We're going to start by fusing the interfacing. This is fusible interfacing, and we are going to fuse it to the back of the outer fabric. Both exterior pieces of the bag have been interfaced. My bag, I cut it 11 inches long. I'm going to take into account a 1/2 inch on each side for a seam allowance, so I want my zipper to be cut to 10 inches. To do this, I'm going to mark 10 inches on the zipper. I am going to open it, and then I'm going to zigzag to get these 2 closed right before that 10-inch mark. It's a little tough to see, but there is a bar tack right before the pink line there. And I'm going to take my craft scissors and I'm going to cut it at the pink line. So I should be able to close it nice and easy, and trim. Make sure on those bar tacks you do trim everything really good. I'm going to take this 3 by 4 piece of scrap. I'm going to press it, and I'm going to pretend like it's bias tape. I'm going to fold it in half and then fold each half in to make double fold bias tape. So it should look like this when I'm done. So as you can see, it was folded, pressed, and then folded again and pressed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick this in, attach it with some clips, and I'm going to stitch it around. I'm going to stitch all the way around, and then I'm going to repeat it on the other side to this side of the fabric. You can see I've stitched all around, and now I'm going to just simply cut that and flip the zipper over and do the opposite side. So it looks like this. And here you go. You can see that I stitched in the zipper, in the line of the zipper, so you have everything caught. And then these little extra bits we're going to trim. And trim that little bit off. Trim this little bit off. If it's not perfect, it is not the end of the world. we go. We're going to take the next scrap, and it's about 3 by 5, and it doesn't have to be exact. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold it twice. Right, so I have folded it in half, then folded each half in and given it a good press. We're going to put this off to the side for right now. Okay, this is where it can get a little tricky. We're going to take the right side of the outer part of the bag. So mine is green. My bag is going to be green on the outside. We're going to take the zipper, put it face down, and we're going to put it at the top, and we're going to center it, and center it as close as we can so each side seam allowance will be similar in size. And we can clip that if that's, or clip or pin. Then we're going to put the wrong side of the lining face up. So I have a small W on the side here, so I know that's the wrong side, because this fabric is really hard to see. It's like a white print on a white fabric. So it's really hard for me to tell the difference between the wrong and the right. We're going to put that face up, wrong side up, and then we're going to clip everything in place. And our bottoms should line up. Okay. Now we're going to just simply sew the zipper in place. And I usually do about 1/4 of an inch. When it's all done, you can see we just flip it over. And if you want, you can stitch, you could do some top stitching and do a line right here. And here you go with the top stitching. Now we're going to do this all over again on the other side of the zipper. So we're going to place our other side exterior on right side up. We're going to put our zipper in place, and we want to match up all those other pieces we did also. And then again, the wrong side of the lining goes on top. Okay, so we are done with that. And if we flip this all over, we have it all done. We just need to top stitch now. And here you go. We have top stitched each side, and each is sewn. I top stitched it along the long edges. This is going to make basically like a little tab on the side seam for somebody to either use it to clip to other pieces of luggage or to help them, assist them if they have dexterity issues opening and closing the bag. Let me show you how. This is completely optional, but let me show you how I add it. Now to complete this bag, which is actually, we're almost done, we're going to take our outer pieces and put them together, right sides in, and we're going to take our lining and put them together. So the wrong side is out. We have the wrong side of this outer piece, and match those up. Inside is the zipper, and it makes like a little lump. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to work one side at a time. We're going to match up our pieces. So I'm going to start clipping, or you could use pins. And we're going to keep that zipper out of the way. I don't want that zipper in the way. I don't want to sew on the zipper at all if I can help it. So we have this basically clipped together. I'm going to take the piece I want to be my accessory loop, and I'm going to put it where I want it, and I want it with the raw edges to be with the seam, and we're going to line those up. So I'm going to unclip it here. I'm going to put this in between my front and my back, and I'm going to reclip it just like that. So if I feel it, and you might be able to see the little bulge there, that's the folded edge. This is the raw edge. I'm going to sew somewhere between 1/4 and 1/2 inch. I like to be 1/2, but this does not need to be perfect or precise. I'm going to sew it from here all the way around the perimeter of the outer fabric, 1/4 to 1/2 inch. I'm going to pick an amount, and that's what I'm going to stick with. I will stop before I get to this edge, and I don't want to touch the zipper. If there's a tiny gap between the zipper, see how I'm going to push that zipper out. Push it all the way, that's fine. And if there's a tiny gap, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so we sew around the perimeter of the outer piece, trying not to catch that zip, and we want to make sure we get that loop in. And I did stitch again over where the loop was inserted. That's just for extra security. Now we're going to sew around the edge of the lining, but take a nice piece, part of the bottom, and don't leave that open. Don't sew it. So I put a little chalk mark here and another chalk mark right here. So I'm going to sew from here, where the red clip is, up and to this mark. Then I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to sew from here to that red clip all the way back around to this side. Again, I don't want to catch the zip if possible, and I want to keep these lined up. So I've stitched around, and there's some spots that were hard for me to get right by the zipper. So I didn't, and I can always hand stitch that if I need to. So the next step is really simple. We are going to trim the corners. All the corners are going to get trimmed so it'll turn easier. And then we're going to turn it out, and we're going to use this opening at the bottom to turn it out. I just need to work all my corners out. To close up the lining, you can machine stitch or hand stitch. It's whatever you prefer. But while you get an opportunity, you want to make sure you get all your corners, everything bagged out properly. And then you could just do a quick machine stitch here. It's never noticeable. And there you have it. There's our bag. Before I do that though, I'm going to stick a pointer tool in here to make sure these are nice and sharp. Okay, I have poked my corners. I kind of like that. I think it looks great. And I did an entire line of top stitching after I pressed this edge all along, just so it has a uniform look to it. And I'm going to tuck this back in. And if you look here, it has this nice professional finish. But it opens and shuts. This sticks out just slightly, but nothing will fall out. That gives it ample room for somebody that's putting toiletries if they're going on a trip. If they want to store maybe a couple pairs of socks or undergarments, they can, and they have that extra handle to help pull open the zipper if they have dexterity issues or if it's just super stuffed. So it is a nice little gift, and this is going to my mom. Green is her favorite color. I hope you found this helpful. Thank you for watching.